Have you ever had a bad deal? I'll give you $2 if you run into the middle of the street. That would be a bad deal. For us, it's usually a little less extreme. But for God, it was even more extreme. KOFK News has the conclusion of their 4-part series that leads up to Easter. Let's check it out. Hello everyone, I'm this guy reporting from absolutely nowhere. Today we're going to be following... What's that? This is just in. Jesus is... dead? What? How? We'll cut now to our other guys on the scene. How'd it start?
Hello, this guy. From what I can tell, the chain of events began when Jesus was turned over to the priest by Judas, one of Jesus' disciples. He was paid 30 pieces of silver. From what I've gathered from eyewitness reports, he was overcome with guilt and tried to return the money, eventually throwing it back to the temple. I'll see if I can find out more.
Alright, we have another guy down at the governor's house.
Yes, I'm here. This guy. I'm here at the house of Pontius Pilate, the governor. This is where Jesus was brought after he was arrested. The priests accused him of many things, but Jesus remained silent before Pilate. Now, Pilate could find nothing wrong with Jesus. There was a custom during the Passover where Pilate would release one prisoner for the Jews. He decided to try to set Jesus free by asking if they'd rather have Jesus released or a convicted killer named Barabbas. The priest had planted a crowd and convinced not to release Jesus, and the crowd shouted, "Give us Barabbas!" When Pilate asked what to do with Jesus, they told him, "Crucify him!" He told them he could find nothing wrong with Jesus, but they continued shouting, "Crucify him!" Pilate realized he was losing control of the crowd. He washed his hands publicly, saying that he was no longer responsible.
What happened then?
He was taken by soldiers, but I do not know where they went.
Okay, first other guy?
Yes, I've made my way there. Eyewitnesses say he was beaten, whipped, spat on, and made fun of. The soldiers shoved a crown of thorns on his head, then threw a robe over his bloody back. They sent him up to Golgotha, a hill, to be crucified. Jesus was forced to carry his own cross up, laying on his ripped, bloody back, and insults were shouted at him the whole way. I haven't made it up to Golgotha yet.
Other guy, do you know what happened on Golgotha?
Yes, the guards told me that he was nailed through his hands, near the wrist, and near his feet, near the ankles, to the cross. It was then lifted up straight to stand upright. Pilate had a sign made to hang over Jesus that read, "King of the Jews." While he was dying, the soldiers gambled over his clothes. Despite his immense pain, Jesus asked God to forgive the soldiers. He also asked, my God, why have you forsaken me?" And eventually he was to die. He said, "It is finished."
Incredible. What happened next?
They told me what had happened back over at the temple. The curtain that hid the holiest part of the temple ripped in two, but we all felt the earth shake and some holy people came back to life.
Yes, then some of Jesus' followers took him to a tomb and buried him.
This is a tragedy. Jesus could have stopped that at any moment. Why didn't he? He could have had thousands of angels to attend him, but he let himself die. This is this guy, signing off. This guy and the other guys may not have known why Jesus did what he did, but you and I do. He loves you so much, he chose to die. The bread that Jesus broke when he said, "This is my body broken for you," really was his body. It was broken on the cross. The wine that he passed when he said, "This is my blood poured out for the forgiveness of sins," was really his blood. He spilled it on the cross. For us. We deserve to die because we sinned. But Jesus took our place. He traded places with us in the most unfair deal in history. Jesus died, innocent, to cleanse us of our guilt. That's not the end of the story, but if you come to Easter service, you'll see.